adaptive behavior intervention. So adaptive behavior is mostly related to the self-care activities as well as a little bit of social skills, communication, fine motor and gross motor activities. Self-care, when we talk about, is like eating, dressing, toileting, and safety mobility are coming under self-care. So uh, many special schools, this facility for training in self-care activities, how to dress by themselves, how to eat by themselves, not available. Very few schools are having this facility, but it is very, very important for children with intellectual disabilities because most often the severely and profoundly intellectually disabled are prone to become dependent in all these self-care activities. Somebody has to help them to get dressed or to go to toilet or to eat. So these areas, if we start training at an earlier age itself, it is easy for us to make them independent in these skills so that they will become less dependent on the parents as well as family members. To teach adaptive behavior skills also, there are certain behavioral principles or that is called behavior modification techniques like prompting, shaping, modeling, chaining, and few more techniques available. So following these techniques, it is easy to teach these children in all these adaptive behavior skills. Chaining, for example, you find out the different steps in a task and start training them step by step. Start with one step and start teaching them all the steps together. For example, if you want to teach the child to arrange cutout puzzles having 5 pieces, once the child places all the 5 pieces into the board, the task will be completed. But here, what happens is when you pull out all the pieces, 5 pieces, and ask the child to uh, replace the pieces, the child will start struggling because if the child takes one particular piece and keep it inside the cutout area, it can fit anywhere, not necessarily that it should go into the right place. So the child will get confused where which piece will go correctly. For which, if you name these or if you number these pieces, if there are 5 pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you have to number them. Start, you omit only one piece, like the 5th piece you omit it, and all the 4 pieces will be already in place. You give the 5th piece and demonstrate the child how to arrange it on the cutout space. And then you ask the child to place it in the right place. The child will find it easy to place it. Once the child has picked up correctly to arrange, every time you have to reward the child also when the child places places the piece correctly. Now, when you know that most of the time, that is 80% of the time, the child is able to place it correctly, you can decide that the child now knows to place 5th piece in the right place. Probably you can move on to the previous step, that is the 4th step, 4th piece. You skip both 4th and 5th piece. Already the child has learned to place piece number 5. So it will be easy for the child to place 4 also, that because that space only will be left out. So the child will arrange it correctly in the 4th piece also. So in the same way, omit one by one and make the child to arrange. Whenever the child places correctly, you reward the child with a proper reward, which the child likes the most. And this is called chaining, backward chaining. One of the behavioral modification techniques is called backward chaining. So the skills you can teach them through backward chaining, but academics only forward chaining you have to follow and teach them. The same way prompting, shaping, modeling, these are all having different steps and techniques to follow and teach these children in adaptive behavior intervention.